What's going on there, everyone? Well, I was wondering why the squad members were being so quiet here recently. I'm pretty sure it's because, everything they say is borderline retarded and they're pretty moronic as individuals, with the exception of Ayanna Presley. No, she's not a good person either, but she is a lot better, it seems, than the other three. But let's get into this story because it just shows the ignorance of Miss Rashida Tlaib. Tlaib blames white supremacy for anti-Semitic attacks carried out by black assailants. Now, these black assailants, this goes back to the New Jersey terror attack that just happened a couple days ago, carried out by members of the Black Israelites? Some hate organization. Representative Rashida Tlaib blamed white supremacy Thursday for a mass killing in New Jersey carried out by two black assailants, one of whom had ties to a nationalist hate group. Tlaib linked to a tweet from If Not Now, naming three of the victims of Wednesday's rampage in Jersey City, two of whom were Orthodox Jews, she wrote. This is heartbreaking. White supremacy kills. First off, she doesn't care. She doesn't care. She was trying to use this, to pander to her left-wing freaks, which I don't know why she's doing that at all, because it seems the left, her side of the left, these extreme progressives, seems as if they are pretty anti-Semitic themselves. They're kind of racist. We know they're racist. They hate white people, as you can see from Rashida Tlaib herself coming out and blasting white supremacy for something that didn't involve white supremacy at all, actually. Interesting. She just hates white people is what it is. Tlaib, who represents a majority African American district in Detroit, deleted her tweet after respondents pointed out the race of the suspects. She didn't send any follow-up tweet acknowledging her error, condemning the perpetrators, or expressing condolences for her victims. Why would she? She thought she had the perfect opportunity to sit there and say white men are evil. The left loves doing that. Not all the left, but the extreme left. The progressives, they love to do that. It's their favorite thing in the world. Remember old Don Lemon? White men are the biggest terrorist threat in our country? No, I don't believe that to be the case, to be honest. The shooters were identified as David Anderson and Francine Graham. Anderson has ties to the Black Hebrew Israelites, a black separatist movement that was labeled a hate group by the left-wing Southern Poverty Law Center. Known for its members who engage in provocative street preaching, the group harbors black supremacists and has no association with Judaism. If you're not very familiar with the Black Hebrew Israelites, try to think back to the Covington Catholic kids case. Remember, the Black Hebrew Israelites they kind of started the whole thing with the Covington Catholic kids because they were out there at the same time as the kids and they were preaching their hate and their rhetoric, and they got into it. And when the Covington kids and the Black Israelites got into it, that's when that Indian guy came and banged his drum in the kid's face. Anderson and Graham barged into a kosher grocery store and killed 3 people inside. And they killed a police officer in the ensuing firefight. Anderson and Graham were eventually shot and killed by the authorities. The New York Times reported Anderson has posted anti-Semitic and anti-police screeds on the internet, and the massacre is being investigated as a hate crime. The Black Hebrew Israelites came into public attention in January when they directed abusive remarks at some students from Covington Catholic High School in front of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. Tlaib has promoted several racial hoaxes in 2019, including accusing the Covington Catholic students of harassing a Native American man after deceptive video of their interaction was shared online. She has also bought into actor Jussie Smollett, old Juicy Smollett, that freak show, claim he was attacked by 2 white Donald Trump supporters, saying dangerous lies spewing from the right wing was killing and hurting our people, when we all know that wasn't true either. It's so sad when you're part of an ideology that has just promulgated lies so much that in order to make your lies seem factual, you just have to lie more, and create hoaxes, which in turn have actually done exactly the opposite of what you were trying to do, because now people see that a good portion of these reported hate crimes aren't at all. But one of the funniest things, not funny really, it's sad, one of the saddest things is that even if something is reported as a hate crime and then found out to not actually be a hate crime at all, it still stays on the record books as a hate crime being investigated, and it skews the numbers throughout the country every year very, very badly in a wrong manner. And it makes it look as if there's a lot more hate crimes happening when they're not. Because like I said, when they're proven not to be a hate crime, just because it was started off being investigated as a hate crime, it stays on the books. It's ridiculous. It stays on record, and I don't understand why. It's very confusing. Tlaib has promoted several... I already read that. I don't want to get into these tweets too much. Chicago police later arrested Smollett for orchestrating a fake attack on himself as part of a scheme to raise his salary on the TV show Empire. Prosecutors later dropped the charges against Smollett, and in a controversial move that infuriated Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel. It infuriated half the country, but still, we're still waiting for something to happen on that. But as you can see, don't listen to Rashida Tlaib on anything. She's a liar. She has so much hate in her heart towards white people, and especially that of white men, that she is literally blinded by that hate. Blinded by the hate. I was watching that situation go down. I was watching Fox News, and they had live reports coming from that shootout that was happening. And it was very early on, they indicated that these were black suspects dressed in all black, carrying long guns, and it was a very weird situation. It was a very odd situation. But it was also clear who the suspects were. They gave a description on television. Did she just decide to not listen to any news reports and just speculate? That's what it seems like. Because if she was listening to the news, she would have known the facts surrounding the identity of these perpetrators. But she didn't want to do that. She just wanted to take this as another dig on white people. So if she's not being racist towards white people, she's being racist towards the Jewish people themselves. The squad has a very long record of anti-Semitism and anti-Semitic remarks. Come on. You can't hide your anti-Semitism by racially attacking another group of people. That's not how it works. You're just a bigot. You're a horrible person. The fact that you're in our government is just frightening, and it should be frightening to everybody. These are the type of people we have to weed out of our government, because these are the people that sow the seeds of discontent and keep those seeds growing into healthy plants. And these are the type of people we need to have removed. But I'd love to hear your comments on this, and as always, like, share, and subscribe. And I will catch you all on the flip side.